whenever you can. All right. So, all right. Let me start the screen share back. All right. So it doesn't have to be derogatory, but you know, yeah, you're right, and I agree. So, all right, let's start shutting some stuff down. So we're here. This week's Torah portion. All right. Also, let's get some Nagayana, man. Oh, it's too quiet. All right, we got a few things pulled up. All right, we got a few things pulled up. I want to play that video again. How you feel about that, man? Is that you okay with that?
Yeah, and then you can speak it on. I don't think you spoke on it last time they played, right?
No. I think you.
Yeah, it was just me.
Okay. It's 5 minutes, and I'm just gonna kind of let it go through. You know, preferably don't try to tell us no goofy copyright stuff. You know, ain't nothing like that, man. You know, so we're just gonna let it do it doing the truth. Matter of fact, I think I actually have a way of. Let's do one more. All right, can we see that screen? Is it on there? Yeah, we up. All right, Shalom or Walla Walla. All right, let's get it cracking real quick. I'm gonna play this. All right.
Racist chants are what white residents of Rosedale, Queens greeted their neighbors with in 1975. The Spencers they referred to were a black family headed by Tony and Glenda Spencer. The immigrants from London bought their home in the community that was at the time almost entirely white.
We are here to stay as a race, and right now as a people, we are right here, and we're going to stay here. Nobody's going to change that.
That was Glenda Spencer then. In the PBS documentary, The Way It Is, this is Glenda Spencer now.
The people at a certain age group has no idea that this took place at all.
She spoke with us about how her family's story has gotten a lot of attention lately. Perhaps you're among the 4.2 million people who viewed this recent Twitter post about the documentary, about the plight of the Spencer family that aired on PBS 43 years ago. But even now, burnt floorboards are visible under the radiator where somebody tried to set fire to the house when the Spencers bought it back then. And after they moved in, one of 2 pipe bombs planted at the home exploded.
If the second bomb had gone off, we would not be here.
It had a note attached.
The note says, where your firstborn first, the KKK.
After that, black activists and some whites demonstrated in support of the Spencer family. Dozens of local white residents responded with counter protests.
They had right on, we got white on.
Police had to stay on scene for a year in Eastern Queens, 1975. Fast forward 44 years, and Glenda Spencer thanks the person who repopularized the documentary.
It's excellent that he's doing that to let the people be very much aware what has taken place and is still taking place.
I really thought that people should know about it.
Sarah Olafunda, an planning grad student, found the documentary video and tweeted sections of it.
I didn't expect it to garner this much attention.
In addition to the 4+ million views since June, it's been shared 62,000 times and gotten more than 100,000 likes, including from influencers like actor Jeffrey Wright. That's because, Olasunde says, it still resonates.
People have...
All right. Hey, Shalom. Hey, I apologize about that. The phone is connected to the messenger, so it interrupted the sound. But hold on 1 second. Let me see. Hey, Shalom to those that's watching. I think this is a good place to take a break. We're going to run it back just a little bit. All right. Hold on 1 second, Luke. So that's 2 minutes. All right. That's a good place. This is truly heartbreaking. All right. This is the blatant racism that you'll see written about in the book of Flavius Josephus. This is the blatant racism of those who just hate us. I'm going to get this link real quick, this invite. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to put it right here out in the open. All right. I'm going to paste it right here. And this should send to my, it's going to send to my Isaiah Yasha'Allah YouTube. So the link to this is going to be in the page, in the Isaiah Yasha'Allah page. All right. Also, hey, Luke, I'm going to send you this. And it's going to be inside of the communicational group between me, you, and Oso. All right, me, you, and Oso. All right, and then also now Kathari is on. Kathari is on also. So if we have any interruptions, man, can you get in touch with the brother, and then that way, you know, we'll be able to keep it grooving. This is the brother Kathari that's on, everybody. Please, you know, send up prayers for the brother. He is our teachers today. Our brother Genesis Loopy Lang, Most High's will be joining us. Let's get back to this. This is truly heartbreaking. Hey, the link is in there. The Most High's will. I'll see you up very soon, brother. If you make it in and kick you out, that same link will make it back in. So let me put this link up in here again. All right. So if anybody want to join, you can click this link and it will bring you in. All right. There you have it right there. Here's the link. If you're watching on YouTube, watching on Facebook, it might not show. But on YouTube, here's the link. All right. And you can be on stage. So we're looking at this biblical, just blatant, open racism against the children of Israel. It's heartbreaking. And people are so desensitized now, so high on drugs, so drunk off religion, everything. We see murders and bad stuff happen every day, so it's no big deal to a degree. But it is a big deal to the Most High God because it's happening to his children. It's happening to the children of Israel. All right. Let's get to this real quick. Qatar, you got anything you want to say before we get to this?
Nah, man. This is another part of the. This is another part, right? I haven't seen this part.
Con. You know what, man? I should have titled this as a peer review or a Hebrew bootleg, man. But this is a. But yeah, man. Truly sincere. Let's get it.
What has taken place and is still taking place.
I really thought that people should know about it.
Sola Olasunde, an urban planning grad student, found the documentary video and tweeted sections of it.
I didn't expect it to garner this much attention.
In addition to the 4+ million views since June, it's been shared 62,000 times and gotten more than 100,000 likes, including from influencers like actor Jeffrey Wright. That's because, Olasunde says, it still resonates.
People have this sense of anxiety about people of color growing in numbers in this country, people of color coming in. So, and I do think it's still connected to that.
And people of color have been coming in. Rosedale, since the 70s racial tension, is now 80% Black, 5% white, and 15% other ethnic groups. With the change, they've brought household income to 33% above the citywide average, and home values are 50% higher than the city average for detached homes. 2 of every 5 residents here now, like the Spencers, are immigrants.
There was a Haitian gentleman living next door. Down on the Brookville Boulevard, there were people on the main road.
I just want people to, just know their history.
The segment of the documentary Olasunde posted that got the most views.
I'm not going to stunt. That was a slide jab. I just want people to know their history. That was a good one. I apologize. I just took a bite of some apples and cheese. Apples and cheese, get back to it. Childhood, school snack. Apples and cheese, apples and peanut butter, Shabbat Shalom. So I just want everybody to know their history. That's a jab to the face of one and ice water in the face of the other. Wake up.
Yeah, because they would like to forget it, and they want everybody else to forget it. But again, like I said earlier, I think it's a disjustice on both sides to forget what happened. Because again, if you forget it, then you're bound to repeat it. If the antagonist in this history is sorry or see it detestable to the history that they have, you would not want to repeat it. And if you just ignore it, then you're gonna do it again. Because 100 years, I'm gonna stop right here. 100 years down the line, when all the history has been changed or forgotten, you're not motivated to not go back there. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I say no. These videos is needed. These documentaries is needed. This history and education is needed. Like the brother said, know that history, so that you can see what you don't want to do again, or see the mistakes that our ancestors made, and not play into those things again. I don't want to believe it.
I don't either. So I go throw it away. And I'm stuck.
We'll give it to you, Mom. I'll take that too.
Let's go in the trash.
Yeah, we need the videos like this. I don't know if you heard that. So that the history books and everything's been changed and stuff like that. You gotta ask why. What's the point of changing slaves to indentured servants?
Or changing slaves into migrants.
Migrants. What's
African American migrants? That's disgusting. That's disgusting, stupid, and ridiculous.
When you look up those definitions, or try to understand the motive, we assuming, because ain't nobody coming out flat out and just saying it. But when we assume the motive behind that, it looks bad.
All right, so luckily I had to go and grab something to cover me up, man. All right, so salute. It's your brother Isaiah Bunny. I'm sitting in my tank top, and as we're going through the Kadash, as we're going through the Torah portion, our brother Cathardia Achnawa, just did an excellent job of teaching this week's Torah portion. So this is brother Cathardia, very well informed, very well-rounded brother, especially when you learn not only the Hebrew, but the Israelite law, statutes, commandments, culture. Yeah, Cathardia, that dude. I mean, look at it. I mean, the man's name is in Hebrew. What does that tell you? All right. So let's get back to this real quick. When we read the Torah portion, we were at, what was that? Exodus chapter 2. Is that right? Deuteronomy 2. Is that right, my Lord?
It was 1 through 3. You talking about this specifically?
This specifically. All right. If you all haven't seen this, look, it's not like here. We spilling the beans right now. Okay. All right. So everybody hold close. We're doing screen share. So that means when I switch to a screen, you're going to come to the screen with me. All right. So y'all just keep up. Okay. So we're doing screen share. All right. Forgive me. I had to spell it out how I could. All right. I don't know if everybody's familiar with this brother's show, Indisputable. All right. This brother's show is sponsored by a group that's called the Young Turks. And for those of you who don't know, the Young Turks are a group who not only promote that black people are the children of Israel. See that? TYT.
Mugshots and provide the update.
See that? TYT, the Young Turks, the Young Turks. It's a lot that goes into that name. All right. People like life began in Africa. Africa is the cradle of civilization. Life began in Turkey all over again. That's where Noah's Ark is resting at. And then it went down. So Turkey, older culture. I want everybody to see this because the same things that's happening today is the same thing that has been happening to the children of Israel. As y'all see, there is a Negro man on the ground, a whole bunch of pink-legged, bright-skinned people surrounding him. All right. Very sad story. 3 little children were stabbed. They were murdered by a Nigerian or Rwandan African man who they say is Islamic. So now what Europeans are doing in the UK are going crazy on every Negro that they see. So it's not just in America, y'all. This is a worldwide thing that's going on. They bugging out all over the world. They bugging out, man. This is going to be one of the hardest things to do is to continue being in this walk. 2 Maccabees chapter 6, KJV. This is about to be one of the hardest things to do ever is to continue walking in the faith, in the truth. And if you're not in the faith, man, hey, man, we've been trying to tell y'all. And for y'all people that's like teeter-tottering, it's like, yeah, yeah, my cousin know about that stuff. I mean, I ain't on it, My cousin know about it. For y'all lukewarm, it's not good either. All right. 2 Maccabees chapter 6, KJV. Let's see if we can pull this up right here. All right. Let's look at what happened in the past, everybody. If you know your past, you know your future, something like that. I'm not that smart of a guy. I'm not the big brain guy. All right, but let's see what this says. This is a historical biblical document. This happened. We're not reading a fairy tale. This happened. Let's read what happened to you black people, and it's going to happen here again. It's happening now. This week's Torah portion, our brother Cathartia just read to y'all through the power of the Most High how these nations are having a really hard time adjusting to their government falling down. We ain't got nothing to do with it. We ain't got nothing to do with it. We just descendants of slaves going through all the oppression of the Hebrews. Let's read what the Bible says. We're going to start at 2 Maccabees. All right. This is a historical document. All right. You can find it Biblia by Logos. This is just, I just clicked this link because it's just, I'm reading it. All right. If it gets a little muddy, don't worry. It'll make sense. For the temple was filled with riot and reveling by the Gentiles. The temple was filled with riot and reveling. Do you know what the word reveling means? This is reveling. Reveling. Wow! Yeah! Wow! Go! They've been doing this forever. This is reveling. Okay? Hold on.
What chapter you at?
We're in 2 Maccabees chapter 6, but on our screen share, we're showing what reveling is. So 2 Maccabees chapter 6, let's get back to it. We're in verse 4. For the temple was filled with riots and reveling by the Gentiles. Let us show you something. Another screen share. Stay with us, okay? Gentile. The word Gentile generally used to describe someone that is not Israelite, Jewish, Israelite, can also refer to people of non-Israelite nationality. This is terrible. The Bible don't even say Jewish. The Bible say Israelite. Let's go to Britannica. All right. I do use Britannica. Britannica is a good source. Gentile, a person who is not Jewish, Israelite. The word stems from the Hebrew word goy. Goy. It doesn't say goy. In Hebrew, it says gawar, or it says gar, gar, gar or gawar. That's a gawar. Oh, that's a gar. Shalom, God. So goy is anybody that's not of Israelite descent. All right. Hold on. Let's exit page, which means a nation all right, and has applied both to the Hebrews. And the reason why it's applied to Hebrews, oh man, hey, are we still on, man? My laptop tripping. They trying to shut the system down. Don't disturb this groove.
Yeah, we definitely are.
Okay, my laptop started bugging out. All right, so yeah, see the screen share just stopped. The screen share just shut down. That wasn't us. So he's on that Britannica. Hey, y'all can't do nothing about it. Y'all gave us internet. Y'all gave us what? We know the camera watching. We're not dumb. We're gonna tell the truth, huh?
These Negroes can read now.
All right, these Negroes can read. Thank you. All right, let's start it right back up. So, what Brother Jacob used to say back in the day, they down there jangling wires in Langley, Virginia. See? Uh-oh. Something went wrong while displaying this web page. Ah! Yo, what just happened? Yo, I can't screen share the page now, son. All right. You know what? It's okay, Britannica. Y'all can have that page.
They is tripping. Hey, Loopy, can you hear me? Shalom.
There we go. We back at it like toy addicts out of rehab. What they say, they down there jangling wires. Well, fortunately, I got energy. I can't see very well. My eyes are blurry, but I got energy. So let's go. All right. So the internet signal gets shut down. Loopy Lang, you made it in, King? Okay, our brother Loopy Lang, you made it in. Shalom, ma. All right. Oh, let's get back to it. Hey, Loopy, brother. Loopy, you can be heard. All right, just let you know, brother. All right. Let's get back to the screen share. In other words, wherever I go on the screen, I'm going to take y'all on the screen with me. So this is our unresponsive page that went out. We were sharing Jewish from Britannica. Okay. That didn't work. No problem. Page goes down. No problem. Let's get back to it. Second Maccabees. Let's see what happened. For the temple was filled with riot and reveling by the Gentiles who did what? Who dallied with harlots and had to do with women in the circuit of the holy places. And besides that, brought in things that were not lawful. The altar also was filled with profane things, which the law forbiddeth. Neither was it lawful. Check this out, everybody. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts or profess himself at all to be a Jew. Now, I don't know if you all understand that, but you so-called Negroes, African Americans, this is why you forgot your nationality and your heritage. It became illegal for black people to say that we were Hebrews. If we called ourselves an Israelite, we could get forcibly removed from our family, put into incarceration camps. We could have the patty rollers coming looking for us, and they knew that the children of Israel were sold into slavery on those slave ships. This is easy information. The point of saying that is to say, when we look at this information right here, and we go right back to our source of where we started at earlier. Let's go back to our video. All right. Let's go back to our video. This is what we're going through today biblically, and this is what our forefathers have been going through since before we were born. We read about this in the Bible. This week's Torah portion, our brother TORAH, he read it to us. Hey, shalom to everybody building, everybody watching with us. This week's Torah portion was read to us by our brother TORAH. And TORAH read to us how these nations would not even want to allow us to walk through their neighborhoods. It was in the Bible. How many more signs do you need? What type of nation chases down little children and curses at them until they threaten them with their? Oh, never mind.
The demonstrations.
People see New York as
let's see the video on here.
Place.
You had something, not? You want to say something, brother?
Just that we're not sharing the video, I don't think.
Okay, the waterful, let me know, man. Let's get to it real quick because the audio is sure rolling.
There you go.
Smashing too. All right, let's get it.
Road.
I just want people to, just know their history.
The segment of the documentary Ola Sunday posted that got the most views featured white children from the neighborhood confronting black children from a nearby neighborhood who were curious about the demonstrations.
People see New York as this, open place that, everyone just accepts each other, which is not so much the case.
Some of the black children were interviewed for the documentary.
We didn't mean to bother anybody. We saw a parade, we saw a gathering, so we went down there to see what was happening. All right. I mean, we didn't bother anybody. We weren't looking for trouble. I didn't even know people around here were like that. I've never experienced anything like this in my life.
A woman who was one of the children in the documentary episode we made contact with, but she's in the hospital right now. And we directly contacted some of the surviving leaders of the white protests. None of them returned our calls. But the person whose move to the neighborhood sparked outrage on what are now quiet streets was interested in comparing that time to now. Her and her husband's decision to make their home here sparked change before he passed away in the late 1990s.
The law came into effect because of what happened to me, that you can't have an organization that says you can't sell to black people.
I just wanted to post it so that people can learn from it. People can know what Rosedale was like at the time.
And even though the neighborhood has changed, the woman who helped change it has a skeptical view of race issues. She says the racism shown in Rosedale in the 1976 documentary, The Way It Is, exists in America.
Look at the title. It is, and it still is.
James Ford, Pix 11 News.
All right, man. I hope we don't get flagged for that or nothing like that crazy. The reality of it is that documentary is crazy in itself. And watching it hurts. Watching it shows you the real reality of this ain't nothing new. Just the beginning of this. Now, I'm gonna get off of this, but let's get the actual documentary, man. Let's see if we can let's see. I know we can pull it up, man. Let's see.
It ain't nothing new. And
it is what it is, documentary.
And it ain't nothing old either. She said 1970. My mama was born 48. We have he said whenever this news report was done, he said he reached out to some of the white people that was there, and they don't want to return the calls. It's nothing new, but it's nothing old either. These things are still, the people that was there is still alive. And the situations that was there, beloved, you got to be quiet now. You're being too loud. The situations are not old. It's happening still today, and the people that it was happening to them is still alive.
Exactly. You feel me? It's generational, passed down. I was grateful to see it in the Bible this week. I'm gonna keep it 12 funky with you. It just made sense, and it still makes sense. Hold on, let's play this part. See what type of love we get from the ones we love. Hold on.
Dale, The Way It Is. Tonight, their story. I'm Bill Moyers. Thanks.
No, we're not gonna do that. Y'all not about to give up. Nope, we ain't doing that. There we go. Let's get the truth from the babies' mouths themselves. There we go. Let's just get to the grits and the gravy with no Lord. Come on. All right. Peaceful day in Babylon. All right. Edomites gathering with their wonderful fun toys. All right, let's get you on up in here. Shalom, welcome back in. Let's see what the truth is, man. And then we're going to read it from the Bible. All right. And people that don't know their past.
Most of us know what's right, and what we have to do is stand up for what we know and what we believe.
That's what they are.
Go back on slow.
Let's get back to Mama.
Yo, Ark, did you stop it?
Con. All right, sound check. Can we be heard? Sound check. How's everybody doing? If you can hear this on YouTube, put a 7 in the room. If you can hear it on YouTube, put a 7 in the room. All right.
Most of us know what's right, and what we have to do is stand up for what we know and what we believe.
Oh, I see what's going on. This is a call. Can y'all imagine, man? This is the day they moved in. Oh, this is moving day. This Caribbean family, possibly the tribe of Benjamin, possibly Arawak Indian, they bought this house, and the day they move in, you can't make this more biblical prophecy. They got to be escorted in by military, armed police on both sides with motorcycles and squad cars. That's ridiculous. That's worse than moving in the projects. First moving day in the projects was always kind of, so, well, no, it's not as about to be. We'll just everybody get in the house and be cool till we get settled in. Then we'll scope out the place.
That's what they are.
Go back on slow.
Let's get back to Mama.
Can you imagine being these two niggas on that day of work? You had, man, we got to go to, oh my goodness.
Go home with the kids. That's what they are.
Go back on slow.
Let's get back to Mama.
All right. Let's go ahead and pause that. Niggers go to hell. Let's get that scripture out. You got that, brother?
Deuteronomy 2.
You can't tell me that they not the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. I ain't never seen one Israelite community. I mean, we messed up, man, but it's done took some provoking and some other stuff to get us to where we at, man. We messed up on ourselves. But, man, all right, what you got, brother? Deuteronomy chapter 2.
Deuteronomy chapter 2 and verse 8 says, "And when we passed by from our brethren, the children of Esau, which dwelt in Seir, through the way of the plain from Elath, and from Ezan, Geber. We turned and passed by the way of the wilderness of Moab. And Yahweh said unto me, distress not the Moabites, neither contend with them in battle, for I will not give thee the land, give thee of their land and possession.
For a possession.
It says, for a possession, because I have given into unto the children of Lot for a possession. Let's get up to the going into the neighborhoods of the nations.
I want to look and see where this is. I'm gonna go back up to Deuteronomy chapter 2 and verse 8. And when we passed by from our brethren, the children of Esau, which dwelt in Seir. So we're gonna have to go back in the scriptures and see about our journeys going through Esau. Yeah. So we're gonna have to go back some. Seir through the way of the plain of Elath, right? And from Ezangaber. I want to put this up here, but not just for that. I want to see if we can find any topographical information on Ezangaber. All right. So when we put that in, of course, that comes up. All right. But let's just separate these two. Right. Let's just separate these two. All right. See what we get when we just do a basic search. Ezangaber is a city known in the Hebrew Bible. Okay, well, this is a good place to start. So let's do this. Let's go Ezangaber, put this search in, and then we'll go to Ezangaber in the Bible. Ezangaber is a city port in the land of Edom, the Red Sea. Okay, well, let's do images. All right, there we have it, Ezangaber. And then instead of Ezangaber images, let's just spend some time over here. So we're getting to see where the area of these Edomites lived at. All right. And also when we read the Bible, we can now have a visual representation of the journeys of where people went. And I know it might be funny. You just hear somebody say, Ezangaber, because we need to. I love my elders. I miss my elders, man. You know. But I used to hear them read in Hebrew, and they would be, they repeat it to us over and over. And it was fun. Why was it fun? Because it gave us understanding as children, as pitneys, as young men, as young women listening to the Torah. It was fun. All right. So here we back are at the screen share. All right. So we see Ezangaber, and we know that Ezangaber is a region that's in the land of Edom. Okay. Dumia. Where would it be today? All right. So let's hold that thought right there. Sometimes that's just enough, right? So let's go back. Where was we at? Do you got anything?
That was Deuteronomy 2 and verse 8, which showed our passing through Edom. And as we brought out in the Torah portion, the Most High has sovereignty over all nations, given to them whichever land he see fit, and displacing them if he see fit. And so this place that he has given to Mount Seir, we learn from the Horites. He says to don't bother them, but pass through. It is in chapter 2 and verse 28 where we see not only this place, but other places also where Israelites are going into these other nations, territories and neighborhoods, where we are treated in the same way we're treated today. It's a couple verses. I'm gonna read this and then I'm gonna go to Numbers. Deuteronomy chapter 2. In verse 28, let me start at verse 26. 26 says, and I sent messengers out of the wilderness into Kedemoth, into Sion, the king of Heshbon, with words of peace, saying, let us pass through thy land, and I will go alone by the highway. I will neither turn unto the right hand nor to the left. Thou shalt sell me meat for money, that I may eat, and give me water for money, that I may drink. Only I will pass through on my feet.
Right.
As the children of Esau, which dwell in Seir, and the Moabites, which dwell in did unto me, until I shall pass over Jordan into the land which Yahweh our God giveth us. I'm gonna continue reading, but notice this is the messengers of peace going to the king of Sion, saying, all we want to do is pass. We ain't trying to take up no space, take up your time or nothing like that. We literally just pass through. As a matter of fact, we want to help. Remember, Israel come out of Egypt almost 500,000 strong. He tells them, we're going to buy water from you, and we're going to
buy water. That's good, man. I never thought about that. We come over 500,000. We balling. We even tell them, yo, we will buy any food. We will buy any. We will buy any water.
Literally.
Yo, I didn't even think about that. Yo, that's just blatant racism.
We about to come. Y'all about to come up. All we trying to do is pass through, right? We'll take the highway. We ain't trying to go through your towns and neighborhoods and stuff. We just trying to pass through. And here it says, as we did with the Edomites and the Moabites. But we read Numbers 2. But here's how the king of Sion responds. It says, but Sion, king of Heshbon, would not let them pass. Right? This is your benefit. But because you, Israel, would not let them us pass by. For Yahweh thy God has hardened his spirit and made it obstinate, right? Obstinate or against the children of Israel. And again, this is not just Sion, the king of Heshbon. This is we'll read the Ammonites, and where we read in Numbers the Edomites as well. And that's what we talking about in this video, is the Edomites and their treatment towards the Israelites. Really quick, this same account in Numbers chapter 20, I believe.
Numbers chapter 20. Thank you so much. Hey, and I'm so glad that you brought that one out. That's the one that I was thinking of. And when this video came up, that's what I was thinking of. I was thinking of that Numbers 20, man. It just hurt so bad. I want to get a real quick. Let's take a second, man. I want to hear what these babies had to say. How did this moment feel in real life, man? Hold on, man. And I'm not gonna stunt. I've been in this situation, man. I've been in this situation. I grew up in a lot of different places. One of the places I did spend some time in my youth is Kansas City. Other places are, and I've been let's see what the scripture says. Ecclesiasticus chapter 26 KJV. All right. The Most High says this is worse than death. All right. Ecclesiasticus chapter 3 verse 5. There be 3 things that my heart feareth, and for the 4th I was sore afraid. The slander of a city, people coming against you in the city saying stuff that ain't true. That don't feel good. The gathering together of an unruly multitude. See that? Look at this. And a false accusation. All of these are worse than death. that little baby had to stand there and face these heathen demons spitting hatred. In the belly of the beast, sheep amongst wolves, thine enemies shall besiege thee in thy gates. It don't make no sense. Yeah, let's go back to this. All right. I just want to hit this clip for a second, man. We'll come back to the scripture. It does make sense, man. It's the curses that the Father put on us for our father's disobedience, man. Look at them, man. They happy to be a part of wickedness, man.
You still on the script though? You still in the
I'm sorry. Can you hear me out? Did you say something?
Carl, I got it now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just got caught up into all of the wonderful ways that they had to say nigger. So many different ways to say nigger. Stop it just for a second, because the passion and the zeal that these little heathens have and the hatred that my little sister, and right now I know her heart beating real fast in her little chest, and she don't know what's going on, and she just got her hair braided. You feel me? And this is a terrifying situation to be in. You can't tell me that they're not the devil that the Bible speaks of. Look for these little white things. These white things are rocks. They're throwing rocks at her. They're spitting at her. Look at this little heathen. He does this goofy, I'm going to fight you dance. Come on, do something. What? And she like, what? I don't want to fight you. Come on, man. Kicked her bike, pushed her. Come on, man. Let's go ahead and get that book of Numbers out.
Yeah, why do the heathen rage? For no
Why
reason.
do the heathen rage, man? What a good one, brother.
So the same offer was offered to Esau in this account here in Numbers chapter 20. And Esau's response is in verse 18. It says, and Edom said unto him, thou shalt not pass me, lest I come out against thee. Lest I come out against thee with the sword. Like the uncle was just saying. They got rocks coming, and the sister wasn't even able to get into the neighborhood good, looks like in the video. And they came out and met against them with swords. And the children of Israel said unto him, we will go by the highway, and if I and my cattle drink of the water, then I will pay for it. I will only, without doing anything else, go through on my feet.
Come on, man. Come
and
on.
He said, thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people. and with a strong hand. Thus Edom refused to give Israel passage, though his border said through his border, with wherefore Israel turned away from him. You.
Man, you know what? We can just go ahead and take this whole thing, copy, paste it, take that video and post it.
You better turn around, y'all. Hey, don't come back. Don't come back. What? Don't come back. It is a new boy running with that.
We were riding down this block, and his white people start saying, "Get out of here, niggas. You know, get out of my neighborhood. Don't come to this neighborhood." Then they start hitting on her, throwing rocks and everything else. Throwing rocks. Because we were in their neighborhood. We went on a bike hike to McDonald's. We didn't mean to bother anybody. We had a nice parade. We saw a gathering, so we went down there to see what was happening. All right. I mean, we didn't bother anybody. We weren't looking for trouble. I never even know people around here were like that. I've never experienced anything like this in my life.
All right, so when we going through the curses, we're going to go back to the book of Numbers real quick. All right. Thus, Edom refused to give Israel passage through his border, wherefore Israel turned away from him. That's beautiful, man. Listen, to think about that, to say, look, all right, look, hey, I got you. I'll pay for it. But even if my cows stop and drink, come on, man, y'all gonna charge us for water just walking through? Y'all not gonna let us walk through. We can't get no water, nothing. And he said, thou shalt not go through. And Edom came out against him with much people. And as I'm looking at this, man, and I've been jumped before, you know, I've been beaten to the brink of death, you know, and, you know, Yahweh allowed me to come back. You know, he allowed me to live. But to have this, to have, you know, just mutt for what? Look at this, man. Look. The most scariest creature out here is this one. This one whose face looked like it's leaving her body, like her. She's one of the long-necked ones that we read about in this week's Torah portion. All right, she is the daughter of the Anakin. Oh, long neck. She look at the passion and the hatred in her voice, man. Now they talk about when we be out there teaching, they like, y'all out there yelling. What's up? You got something to say out? You want to bring something out?
No, I was just saying we still on the script.
Oh man. I'm sorry. What you saying that we are still on the script? What were you saying?
We were still looking at numbers when you was talking about the long neck one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Long neck one. I want to play this real quick, man. When they talk about when Israelites be out there teaching, Most High says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up their voice like a trumpet, right? But let's see when they cry aloud, when they spare not. Let's see what they say. They had the little choir boy in there. He's like, nigga, go to hell. Niggas go to hell. Niggas go to hell. Niggas go to hell. Wow, boy. Wow. When they gather, we walk arm in arm singing, we shall overcome someday. We walk arm in arm saying, some glad morning when this life is over. You see? Now, I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if somebody, well, Esau, the Arabia. These are Edomites. So, in case y'all don't know what's going on, this is a parade. This is their parade, and their whole parade is based off of one Israelite family moved into their community, and they started doing this. And once they started doing this, some little Israelite children from around the way were just riding past, and they was like, "Oh, everybody, what they doing? They having a parade? Oh, look, it's little kids on their bikes. It's little kids on their bikes." And they think they're having fun. No, all of this is because of blatant racism of the children of Edom against the children of Israel. Let's hold that real quick. I want to go to something. This is called Perseus. Okay. Anybody got anything they want to bring out? I was about to read something real quick. You brothers want to say something?
Nah, you.
What are we doing after this? After we run a part 2 of the Shabbat, is it anything? Are we doing like live open calls?
Yeah, if anybody want to do open call, that'd be great, man. If anybody want to build, if you want to start an open call, that's that's what we already in the vein of. So I ain't thinking about it after this. It's kind of like, let's just keep it moving, man. You feel me? But as far as if anybody want to keep going, join in, link in with us. All right, put in your brick, help us build. All right, we'd appreciate it. All right, so to answer the question, we're gonna rock it till the wheels fall off. All right, so do you want to do a conference call number, anything like that, or set something up like that out?
We can, I mean, after we get this over, Salakia, Baba Bashar, you know what I mean?
Nah, just do it at the same time. Just do it at the same time, because I don't know when we're gonna stop teaching. I don't know when it's over is gonna be, and we bringing up scriptures and visuals, and then I think it'd be better to be on a conference call and to be online at the same time than doing one or the other. So let's get the conference call number cracking. All right, I got my phone right here. All right.
Do you want me to promote it on my Facebook?
However, King, you feel me? However.
All right, just send me the number so while we're doing this, I can promote that as well. Keep it moving.
Right. Kathari, you think you can send Loopy the math on this on a conference call number?
Or just put it in the group chat.
Or put in the group chat. Baba Kushab. Or
you want the portion conference call? We want the number from the tour portion flyer?
Yeah, Baba Kushab.
Salakia, is this for the public or is this just for like immediate group? Because we still got attentions and other energies and stuff that might jump up there as well. So I want to make sure that's what you wanted to do.
Well, whatever you feel is best. I mean, it's open on a video, so if anybody want to join in and communicate with us on video, that's absolutely fine. I can put my WhatsApp number on here, so if anybody wants to call in on a WhatsApp, all right, conference call, you can moderate that out.
See, I'd rather just maybe just share your YouTube page, because the conference, we could talk about that later. I thought that was just for like, immediate or whatever like that. So, like,
yeah, if I think I understand your concern, isn't it? I don't think people will be on that conference call that's usually on there, unless they know something going on, right?
Gone.
If you're worried about, contentions that may be on the conference call now, it's open to whoever knows there's something going on a conference call, right?
Gone. I think that's why what I was explaining earlier with the tensions and stuff like that. I don't want to change the narrative of what's going on right now, but I know once I posted on mine, you know what I'm saying? So I won't. I'd rather you just go ahead and post it, and I'll just like it or whatever like that. But I'm not gonna share it because of my situation that got going on. You know what I'm saying? Unless that's what's going to happen. I yield on that.
Yeah, I think Corrupt Isaiah said we down for whatever. I mean, the bill right now is starting. The bill right now is just starting on the Torah portion of where we was talking about then. But if it go wherever it goes, I'm cool with that too. And I think we can do that. I think we can do that on the conference call. We can do that here, or I can be offered his WhatsApp number too.
Okay. If you could make a quick flyer and just shoot it to me, and I'll just broadcast it while y'all doing that. Like with the conference number, the YouTube page, and the WhatsApp number as a group. I could share all three, and just to move forward.
All right. Well, okay, Contour. Well, we're already live right now, so if anybody would like to join in on a conference call, our brother Loopy would like to get everybody as involved as possibly can. That we'll be doing it over the phone. All right, so we're gonna promote that. We're gonna say, hey, listen, I'm gonna put the conference call number to our brother. Ask the brothers if they would shoot it out, and then preferably if you all want to, you can listen in. I have my phone right here, so I'm gonna start the conference call right now. And if you want to join in the conference call, you can listen in. All right, 2, 4. All right, so Kataya, you and Loopy got that, brother? All right, I'm gonna move. All right, so y'all got what y'all doing. All right, we're gonna get back to this because I want to make sure we get the people the visuals. All right, so with that being said, this is not a dress. All right, Busta Rhymes has on a garment. This is a top part. I looked at it a couple times. It doesn't look right. It's very not all this too closeness. Yeah, nah. But it does look like a flared out dress. But when you watch his movements and open his leg, it's just all the same material. To some pants. Now this coming together right here, that's just like they say, that's weird. But let's get back to this real quick. I went to that real quick because I was opening some messages while we was waiting around. So now we got that conference call. All right. If anybody want to join in, Baruch Shai Shah, please do. And then when you get it, make sure you share it with others so that they can listen to, because not everybody can be online right now, and I've been there. I'm there. All right. So going back to the scriptures. All right. Let me show this real quick. All right. So this is Flavius Josephus, one of my favorite ones. He's a very respected historian. I'm always rocking and teaching his information because he's accredited. All right. Now, this is whenever he's speaking on the subject of leprosy. Now, before we get started on that, let me play this video and I'm going to get started on this conference call. That way I'll be one of the first ends. And if you all choose to join, you'll be able to join in too. So.
Turn around, y'all. Let's go back. Go back. It is the
Thus, he refused to give Israel passage through the borders. Where Israel turned.
Stop hitting on her, throwing rocks and everything else. Throwing rocks. Because we were in their neighborhood. We went on a bike hike to McDonald's. We didn't mean to bother anybody. We had a nice parade. We saw a gathering, so we went down there to see what was happening. All right. I mean, we didn't bother anybody. We weren't looking for trouble. I never even know people around here were like that. I've never experienced anything like this in my life.
What happened to you?
Nothing happened to me, but this little boy, short boy about my size, or little short, had picked up a rock, and he was in the front of all these tall honkies. But he threw the rock. He tried to hit my sister, but he almost hit me about that much away from me. And I was sure wish he had hit me with that rock. I would pick up the rock right next to me and hit him right dead in his face.
They always say niggas are doing everything. They always say we're doing everything, right? We don't read it every time the white people come down the block. We don't push them out their neighborhood and throw rocks and start hitting them.
We don't bother the white people around our neighborhood, but when we get in the white neighborhood, they just push us out.
Yeah. Everybody with us, they still with nothing, you know, they were a piece of dirt, dogs. I mean, that's the way you treat an animal. I mean, God, we're human beings. Yeah. You don't treat other people like that. It's just wrong. Black, white, I don't care. A person is a person. Skin should have no bearing on how you treat a person. That's just wrong.
I hate their goddamn guts.
I can't say that I hate them. I can't say that it's totally the kids' fault. I mean, I'm sure their parents had some bearing on the way they feel and everything else. I think it's just the system. I don't know. I can't say that I hate them because I don't hate anybody.
Do you forgive them?
No. Wow. Can't take back no hurt. But they gonna always do that. They always spit on us like we some dogs. They always gonna back on them. Ain't nothing gonna change.
I mean, there are black people who are harassed constantly. This isn't, I said before, this is me not being a unique situation. It's happening to too many people all over the world, too many people in America this is happening to. And many people, even your people in the neighboring communities, always says the easiest solution to the problem is we now are the problem right here. And the solution to the problem is, like you say, move. And then another problem comes up. So you'll be constantly running. And we can't run away from our blackness. We can't. So let's face that fact that we are black. And we'll be harassed constantly. Whether it's here, whether it's in a job situation, whether it's on busing, whatever. And we have to decide at a time, what are we going to do about it? As people, what are the good people going to do? What are the, people as people, whether you're black, whether you're white, what are the people going to do about situations like that?
Now that's the part, let me stop right there. That's the part I can't rock with when you start copping out. And I understand when you're in a situation like that, you gotta, you speak a certain way. But whenever we get to the whole thing, oh, it's a people thing, everybody's all the same, and God bless, America, and we just have to all love and hold hands. Whenever you start getting to that speech, that's when you lose me. And you lose me because no, it's not happening to everybody. And as we just read in the scriptures, it's happening to our nationality. Now we got the conference call number jumping. If anybody want to jump on, if anybody was inquiring about it, if they want to participate.
Yeah,
in it,
they're agents because
all
everybody wants to sing Kumbaya.
So we got the conference call, number jumped in. So if anybody want to jump on, they can do that. Let me give a sincere salute. All right, so we got Hebrew Jedi on. Shalom, Hebrew Jedi.
Shalom, Baruch Amish Baga. So basically, a little bit about myself. You might remember me from that Job was an Edomite conversation we had a few months back.
Good talking to you. Yeah, Con, good talking to you. I look forward to talking again on that. That was a good one. Let's go. Let's revisit that.
Yeah. I also have shout out to my channel and this channel because I actually have a channel myself. I make pretty good videos. So I think the problem with this is now everybody has a solution that everybody can get along and not fight and quarrel, even though that's not what the Bible says. And then there is going to be great division because what did Christ say? He's going to divide, not unite everybody, fathers and sons and mothers and daughters and stuff like that. So it's kind of contradictory to what Christ said, And so they're expecting everybody to align with this Roman Babylonian system, even though it's not biblical. So that's pretty much what I have to say. Just tell me a little bit more about what we're talking about.
Hey, you know what? That was excellent. Hey, great breakdown. I'm not even mad about that. That was a great breakdown, Prince. You know, just real smooth and easy in there. So let's look at what the Most High said, what the Lord said. All right, and I'm gonna have to check out your channel. I have to check out your channel, support your channel, man, and help other people to, get that good traffic in. Because if you're putting in work, the scriptures actually says the workman is worthy of his hire. You feel me? So
yeah. I've been posting a lot more. I'm posting a lot of shorts. A lot of videos. And I discuss where the Holy Land is, like where the Holy Land really is, and how it's contradictory to where a lot of people think it is, like in Palestine. But not to get off topic, I just try to unite the people, so we can get back to the land. You know what I mean? So we're trying to unite Israel, not divide it. You know what I mean?
Good. All praise. All praise. All right, and that's excellent, man. So let's get this real quick. We're gonna pull the scripture that the Prince was speaking on. So we're gonna get Luke chapter 12. All right, and I want to encourage everybody, if you do not know or if you're not sure, you should really study the king in the New Testament that was prophesied about in the Old Testament. The parallels and the contradictions that I spent, and I'm still spending a lifetime researching, because I look for contradictions throughout. Even though I'm a Bible believer, I believe the Bible from Genesis to Revelations. I do. I really do. I also think that there have been writing errors and that there's room for errors, but I also believe that the Bible is a perfect and infallible book of the Most High God. So if any of those errors come in, a lot of those contradictions come from our misunderstanding. All right. So I want to encourage everybody, get to know Hamashiach, who the world sometimes ignorantly and accidentally calls Jesus Christ. And the reason why I say it like that is because the pronunciation of names and the language that they came in are important. So we're going to look at the book of Luke chapter 12. All right. And we're going to start at verse, let's see, Luke chapter 12. Let's do verse 51. All right. Luke chapter 12, verse 51. We're on StreamYard, so everybody can see this. All right. Now, this is my king, my savior, and I hope that you get to know him also, Yahawashi Hamashiach. All right. What do you say, Yeshua or Jesus? We know we're talking about the Father's Son, who we believe in.
What do you think about? What do you think about the name Yahawashi?
I think that according to the pronunciation of Paleo Hebrew before vowel points, it makes sense, seeing as how there was only 2 vowels in the first Canaanite pronunciation of Hebrew. And I think Yahawashi is more accurate because this was an Eastern culture, and that like even in Spanish, you might say Istanbul, so I think Yahawashi is closer than Yahawashi, and I think Yahawashi is like a Western sound.
What do you think about Old Testament only Israelites? Like, what's your take on them? Because it's a big debate nowadays. Like, if you're a New Testament Israelite and Old Testament, I'm personally New Testament Israelite. So
right. So let me read this first, and then I'll answer that question. All right. Thank you for asking. So Luke chapter 12, verse 51. And what do I think about Old Testament only Israelites? Get right back to you on that. So Luke chapter 12, verse 51 says, "Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth." Is that why you think that the Messiah was prophesied by Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Noah, Moses, Joe? Everybody prophesied about Hamashiach. Now, if I've made a mistake in my speech, I know that our forefathers knew about the Savior coming. He says, this is why he was here. He says, "I tell you, nay, but rather division." So the same way that Old Testament Israelites and New Testament Israelites, that doesn't make sense. That terminology doesn't make sense to me because I'm more mature than that. I'm not saying anybody's less or more mature in this conversation. What I mean to say is that during that time, we weren't calling ourselves Old Testament Israelites or New Testament Israelites. All right, the terminology came later, just like the terminology camp and all that stuff came later. So I believe that the Israelites who believe that, let's, for sake of conversation,
for more specific,
hold on. I understand the question. Let me answer. It's okay. It's okay, Prince. It's just I have to answer the way the Father gave me. So what do I think about plainly Old Testament Israelites and New Testament Israelites? I think that if they actually both sat down and read the Bible together without their preconceived notions of what they already thought was wrong, then they'll find that the picture comes together more better than they thought. Because I used to be an Old Testament Israelite. I used to be and I went on a journey to read everything, and I looked up the contradictions, not just what people told me. I went and studied the contradictions. So I think the difference between the two is that one, specifically the New Testament Israelites, I think that they have a faith that I would like to invite other Israelites into, Old Testament only. I think the Old Testament Israelites, they should read the Bible in Hebrew more, and they'll find out that it doesn't say Yah everywhere. It doesn't say Yah in the Old Testament everywhere. So in some of those places where it doesn't say Yah, it's referring to different power or different entity or different Allah or Allahaya or Ath. So you have to ask yourself now, who is this if it's not saying Yah? So it's, so it's pretty clear that, there was another power that was in the Old Testament along with the Heavenly Father that the Father gave authority to. So that's my respective thought on it. I like to come back to it, but I want to finish this first before we ask any more questions. But this is an open forum, all right? And I appreciate you for being respectful. That'll help other people. All right. Luke chapter 12, verse 51. Watch this. And I'm reading this because our brother, he's the one that brought the scripture out. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? Nay, I tell you, nay, or la, no, is what Christ is saying. But rather division. For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one household divided, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. The father shall be divided against the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother, mother-in-law against daughter-in-law, daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And he said also to the people, when ye see the cloud arise out of the west, straightway ye say, there cometh the shower. And so it is. And it is so. Verse 55. And when ye see the south wind blow, ye say, there will be heat, and it cometh to pass. So we understand the seasons. We understand when it's getting cold. We understand when it's getting hot. We understand when it's time to plant seeds. That's what he's trying to say. That's what he's saying. And then he says one of my brother's favorite words. I got a beloved brother named Oso. He loves calling people hypocrites. So Yahushai, he says it. Ye hypocrites. Ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern this time? So Hamashiach says, how is it that you don't see that not only is he here, but how is it we can see for agricultural awareness? How is it we can see for those things? But when it comes to looking at the Son and the Father, we don't see that he's right in front of us. So he came to bring division. That was a good point. I'm glad that the Prince brought that out. All right. So
can I say a couple words?
Sure. Come on forward, man. This is open dialogue. Go ahead.
Could I present my screen?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So basically, I'm just going to discuss like the gathering of the children of Israel, like where it would happen and when it would happen. Like it's just like my take on it. Do you mind? I'm gonna just present my screen real quick.
Oh, you're trying to do a screen share so you can share your breakdown of the gathering of the children of Israel. Well, let's do that after we do Deuteronomy.
All right, I could do that.
The reason why I said that is because I don't want to segue away from where we already are. All right.
Okay.
Con. So don't not do it, but let's just do it. Yeah. I'm glad you said that because that our brother Loopy asked if we could build and if we could do some stuff afterwards, and I'm glad you said that because that'll be good. And I like
And just another thing is just that a lot of Christians will like say that none of this stuff really matters. None of like who Israel is, none of it matters, that we all like together and stuff like that. Well, there is some truth to that. It's just they will say that for the people that say they're Israelites, but when they do the Jews for Jesus, the Messianic Jewish movement, they will give it all the leverage it needs. It says, oh, go ahead with that. But when they try to follow their customs and follow Christ, it's fine. But when black people do it, and when Latinos try to do it, it's a problem because we're ghetto. We want to be Israelites, but it doesn't make any sense at all. It's kind of hypocrisy. And you got
it's very much hypocrisy.
You got Mike Winger. You got Vocab Malone. Like, it's hypocrisy. And then a bunch of Christian YouTubers, they sell out and they don't teach the truth. And then when they allow the whitest of Jewish people on their platforms, and then they say that they're Israel and that they follow Christ, but they follow all the laws, all the Torah, it's not a problem. But when somebody with darker skin comes on and says that, it's a problem.
You know what? And that's an excellent point. That's an excellent point. Let's read this real quick. And I'm glad you said that. So we're going to pull this up. This is, let's go to this real quick. Let's do another screen share. If everybody can see this. All right. This is what the brother was just talking about. This is Antiquities, AJ, Antiquities Jews, 3261. All right, let me put the link up in here because we like to share information. All right, so I hope everybody can see this. We're going to read it, and you're going to enjoy what you're going to hear. All right, so here's the link. If anybody would like to come here, Baba Kushai Shah, please do. Let's read. He also ordered that those whose bodies were afflicted with leprosy and had the gonorrhea should not come into the city. Nay, he removed the women when they had their natural purgations. We all know what that is. Till the 7th day, after which he looked on them as pure and permitted them to come in again. So I was looking at this. We're still learning about this 7th day because I used to practice a principle. It's like, well, hold on, 7 days, and then 7 days after that, that's 14 days. But there's a time of separation. But I really think that this is just 7 days, and then the spotting comes in. I don't know. Any women of Israel want to imply on that? But let's move forward. Let's see. We're looking at these laws. That menstrual cycle law, women of Israel, do we 17 days, 14 days, 7 days? What do you women say? After which he looked on them as pure and permitted them to come in again. The laws also permits us, those also who have taken care of funerals, to come in after the same manner when the number of days is over. But if any continue any longer than that number of days in the state of pollution, the law appointed the offering 2 lambs of the sacrifice, the one of which they are purged by fire, and for the other, the priests take it for themselves. In the same manner do the sacrifice who have had the gonorrhea. But he that sheds his seed in his sleep, or in other words, if you're a young man or if you're an older man, because this happens to older men, when we are not sexually active, our strength, our virile, our zarai, our sperma, it will build up inside of us. And when it builds up inside of us, it comes out naturally in our sleep. All right. So the Most High says, but he that sheds his seed in his sleep, if he go down into cold water, has the same privilege with those that have lawfully accompanied with their wives. Yeah. As for the leopards, remember this, the subject that we were looking on and speaking on was leopards. Moses put people with leprosy in the same category of dead bodies, women on their menstrual cycle, men after they have sex with their wives, and young boys who have had an ejaculation. When we find out what a biblical leopard is, it changes the whole perspective of the Bible. I just spit cheese all over my laptop. I don't even care. Let's read this. And for the leopards, listen well, everybody. For the leopards, all right? For the leopards, okay? For the leopards. Hold on. For the leopards.
Europeans have recessive genes, which is similar to leprosy, biblical leprosy.
For the leopards. For the leopards. For the leopards. Say that again, brother. You said what again?
Europeans and East Asians who have pale skin have recessive genes that is similar to biblical leprosy.
Interesting. Let's see what this
Because
says.
a lot of them are mixed. Like when a lot of Israelites believe they're Japheth or Esau, but Esau was a Negroid person, and so all these Europeans and East Asians are mixed with the Nephilim seed, the fallen angels, because straight hair is a recessive gene. It comes from fallen angels. Blue eyes is a recessive gene that comes from fallen angels. All of these characteristics, all European and Asian characteristics, not the Caucasoid features like the straight nose or the thin lips, because East Africans could get those features, or the Khoisan could get Mongoloid features, but all those albino features are from the Nephilim, the fallen angels, when the angels came down and mixed with the women of the earth. After, before and after.
That's
Esau,
very good.
Esau's descendants, some Caucasians descend from Esau, but not all, because that would be saying white people are Hebrews, white people are Semitic. We got to think about that. So it's not logical, or we know the Romans had Idumean ancestry. We do know that they come from that line, but also we have to remember that Esau had Ishmaelite wife who gave birth to what we would call so-called dark-skinned Negro Arab peoples. So that's something to think on. And not to forget that when people marry from different ethnicities, so say the father is white and the mother is black, that child is the father's seed. So that would be, if quote unquote, a white man. And so if a black man had a white wife and they had a child, that would be a black child, even if it came out with all the mother's features, because it's called it's genetics, because the black genes are so strong. Everybody wants them. The Asians want it. Hispanics want. Some Hispanics are people. The Europeans, because they're sending all people from Africa and America to come into Sweden, Europe, and all those areas to mix with us, because they're.
Now let me ask you a question real quick. You just said Sweden,
Denmark. They're sending. They're paying black men to go over there to breed with their people. They're doing this in Asia, North Korea, because all their populations are decreasing, because the recessive genes are catching up to them, because light skin originated 6,000 years ago. Ironically, that's when they say they originated in the Bible, right? Because a lot of white Christians believe they're 6,000 years old, and they say white skin originated in Europe 6,000 years ago. So that's something to think on right there.
Right. And that's very good information, man. Very good. Hey,
last thing, I know.
Hold on, Prince. Like the prophet said that he is full as the moon. So I'm very happy that the Most High put his zeal and his word inside of you. And I look forward to speaking
last thing. I know I sound like a hypocrite.
Hold on, Prince. I wanted to finish this thought, though. Hold on. I wanted to finish this thought, okay? All right, so I want you to just hold on, all right? And the reason being is because I want you to speak more, okay? I want you to speak more.
I appreciate it.
Amen. I want you to speak more. Amen. I like your community. All right. When I say community, I mean to say I like how you are being about your community. That's what I mean to say, brother. So great job on your representation of unity. Thank you for sharing your information, Prince. I want to finish reading. I want to finish reading a few things because they're going to be lengthy, and I want to make sure I stay on the subject. And then,
okay,
all right, okay, all right. So let's look at this real quick. We're gonna go back to, all right, Flavius Josephus, Antiquities of the Jews, and we're learning about leprosy. And like the Prince was talking, you got some people in there, they have the recessive gene. All right. So the Most High equivocated the people that had leprosy to the same as if you had what? Defiled by dead persons, or if anyone had obtained by prayer. Now watch this. But you see that? If anyone had obtained by prayer to God, look at this next sentence. Now, Flavius Josephus was a Levite. He was a priest. We seen this happen in the New Testament when the leprous man came up, the leprous Canaanite, came up and prayed to Yahushua, Yeshua, and he healed him. Look, but if anyone had obtained by prayer to Yah the recovery from that distemper, you see that? Hold on. And had gained a healthful complexion again. Wait a minute, Israel. Distemper means sickness. Complexion is the color of your skin. It gets better. Flavius Josephus says, if anyone who through prayer had gained again who had been healed from that distemper, right, the sickness, and had again gained a healthful complexion again, such a one returned thanks to God with several sorts of sacrifices. Hold on, let's scroll back up. Several sorts of sacrifices concerning which we will speak hereafter. We may here note that, hold on, let's scroll back up. All right. We're going to go to the next part because it gets better. Josephus, him being an Israelite himself, clearly makes a distinction between, just like the Bible does, the skin color of people. The Bible don't say everybody's the same. When we're looking at this specific example of leprosy, it's just as the prince says, recessive gene. You have two types of leprosy. You have a clean leopard and an unclean leopard, according to the Bible. And a clean leopard is a person that you can come into contact with. An unclean leopard is a person you could not come into contact with. An unclean leopard would be someone who had broken boils or pus or sores. If there was exposed herpes, if there was exposed sickness that was coming out the face. See, you're an unclean leopard. You couldn't make everybody contaminated. But a clean leopard is someone who's been looked at. They've been diagnosed. Your skin has vitiligo. You've all the way turned white, albinoism, whatever you want to call it. You're called a clean leopard because you're not contagious. Let's see what Flavius Josephus says about more of sickness, distemper, and the color of their complexion of their skin. Not a whole bunch of, when you Google leprosy, you get bumps and crickly, crackly hands and people that got arthritis and big knuckle syndrome. It's like, what the hell does that have to do with leprosy? Because they tried to hide the meaning. But Josephus tells us. Let's read on. One cannot but smile at those who say that Moses himself was afflicted with the leprosy when he fled from out of Egypt. In other words, it's hilarious for those people who try to paint Jesus as white. Isn't that a good one? One can but yet smile at those who say Moses himself was afflicted with the leprosy when he fled out of Egypt. Do y'all want me to pull up the Charleston Heston, Let My People Go Moses movie? Y'all want me to pull that up? Really? No? You see it in your head, right? You good? Watch this.
Yeah, and also one thing.
Go ahead.
Blonde hair in the Bible is considered part of leprosy. Yellow hair is considered part of leprosy. And little thing, I don't want to be a hypocrite or nothing. Just because I kind of look like I'm a light skin, but from both sides of my parents, my dad is black, my mom has Negro ancestry on her father's side. He's a Dominican Negro. He has woolly hair, puffy woolly hair. Yeah, he's a yellow bone. You know, he would look like a black guy walking the street. He had a mustache, stuff like that. Dominican dark skinned guy, big, massive nose. And my grandmother, my mom's mom, she's mixed with Taino Indian. They're Negroes in Spain. So that's pretty much all of it. And the original people that looked like the Japhethites probably looked like
that's a good point. That's very good, Prince.
So it's not really about skin color because look at the hair.
It's not. It's not. And that's something that if you are Israelite, if you're new, if you're coming into the truth, please be aware it is not about skin color. I almost married the most beautiful Edomite. I had no idea this one was an Edomite. She didn't even know she was Edomite. We just talking, rippity rapping, rap, ha, everything going good. We courting you out. And then she called me one day with a sad face. I'm like, what's wrong? And she was like, my grandfather's a straight up white man. I'm an Edomite.
From her father?
From her father. Yep. She found, so they had a picture of her grandfather on the porch, which was a straight up white man.
And because I did my genealogy.
Well, hold on, Prince. Let me just finish my story.
Okay,
so
my fault.
It's okay. No harm.
I like talking.
No harm. Amen. It's a zeal. It's a good thing. So the point was, irregardless of however my story went, we can't judge a book by its cover. How I've seen is, irregardless of if you think a person is dark enough or light enough, the Father tells us we are who we are based off of our fathers in the Bible, all the way back. And it's just such an easy read, by the house of their fathers, by the pedigree, their genealogy, their genios, their zerai, their sperm. Matthew chapter 1, begot. The word begot literally means sperm. Begot means zerai, means seed. It means sperm. It says it in the whole chapter all the way down. And since people don't look at it in the language that it's written in, we there's like room for false interpretation. So we do agree and see everybody. You have to love, honor, and forgive your father and mother. And regardless of whatever your skin tone is, if you are a Gentile, if you are Israelite, you're supposed to love, serve, and worship the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I want to finish this point, and then I'm going to yield the floor to you, Prince, because you got energy. I'm an old man. Let me read this part, and then I'm going to yield the floor. Tell me what you think about this. Now, this is talking about Moses, and then we're going to have open floor. So he says, one can but laugh at those who say Moses himself was afflicted with the leprosy when he fled out of Egypt, and that he became the conductor of those who on that account left that country. And he led them into the land of Canaan. So some of us are called Canaanites. So yes, I am a Canaanite. My forefathers lived in the land of Canaan. They can have that. Good joke, hearty har. I got better jokes. For had this been true, Moses would not have made these laws to his own dishonor, which indeed it was more likely he would have opposed if others had endeavored to introduce them. And look at this. Here we go. And this the rather because there are leopards in many nations who yet are in honor. When you go to Brazil, you see the primarily leopard is people, and they're looking like carnival. But they pushed all the Negroes and the darks and the browner and the fairer and the lighter. They pushed all of them more down, them Negroes back. And they put the now we're carnival. When you go to China and Japan, the darker have been pushed back. I'm not naming off things randomly. When you go to India and you look up the Tamil people, the Tamil language, they pushed all the black ones to the. There's a dude that could dance better than Michael Jackson, straight from India. Cold with it. Take it easy, policy. Oopsie, take it easy, policy. They colder than Michael Jackson. Dark. So in every nation, now the European nation seems to be the big bright candle because they pushed everybody in the back. But Moses said in our nationality, he says they didn't have high-ranking seats. Let's look at this. And rather this, because there are leopards in many nations who yet are in honor and not only free from reproach, they're free from reproach. See, in our culture, you would have been reproached. You're unclean. Numbers chapter 5, Leviticus chapter 5. You got to go outside of the camp. But here, it's all the way different. The unclean are over us. The scripture says the princes are in chains while the servants ride horses. And not only are free from reproach and avoidance, because we used to avoid them, but who have been great captains of armies. And what else? Have been entrusted with high offices in the commonwealth and have had the privilege of entering into holy places and temples. Y'all unclean, like that brother said. Now, I don't know how far back or extensive everybody's research goes, but recessive genes are signs of leprosy. Blonde hair is a recessive gene, like he said. Lighter eyes are recessive genes, like he said. Skin, lack of pigmentation, not being light-skinned, because my mother's light-skinned. She's Negro and North American Indian all day. We know it. She's light-skinned. She's a red bone. So it's father's lineage. But when you come to this specific nationality, you can't help but to put your finger on one nation and says, this is white people. I'm almost done with reading this, and then everybody can say their own opinion. I'm going to finish reading, though. And have had the privilege of entering into holy places and temples so that nothing hindered them. But if either Moses himself or the multitude that was with him had been liable to such a misfortune in the color of his skin. Everybody see that? I didn't make it up. The first part at the top of it, he calls it a distemper, a sickness in this complexion. Then at the bottom, he says, multitude that was with him. So he says, not Moses or none of these Hebrews had been liable, which means you fell into something. I'm sorry that you've been liable that that's happened to you, right? So that's what that means. All right. You're on 2 cameras, brother. All right.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. No, because
no sweat. No
accidentally
sweat.
got off.
No sweat. Good job. You in there, brother. You in there. So he says, you in there. I'm just glad you're back. He says, Moses himself, watch this, or the multitude that was with him had been liable to such misfortune in the color of their skin. Look at this. Misfortune means problem, difficulty, issue, trouble, setback, reverse, adversity. Are you having trouble with the color of your skin? I'm sorry. Is the sun attacking you everywhere you go? Forgive me. Do you need SPF 89,000 Ultra UV? I'm sorry. The sun is testifying against you. Well, this is what's written in the book of Flavius Josephus. Had been liable to such misfortune in the color of his skin. Don't y'all ever forget this. And if you can't find it, watch this. Watch this. I'm going to highlight this. And I'm going to stop it right there. And I'm going to copy it. So all you got to do is go back and copy it later. So you can be like, oh, yeah, I don't know what we was reading from. What was we reading from? Okay, I don't know. Look, booyah. Now it's up on the comment board. Now all you got to do is go and copy paste that. You'll be able to find where I read it from. All right, here's the link. Flavius Josephus, Antiquities of the Jews. All right. If you have anybody that you know that don't like Flavius Josephus, they're a damn hater. Flavius Josephus was a master historian who's world accredited, and every nationality respects his writings. Only the ignorant, silly, superficial Negro, simple-minded Negro don't like Flavius Josephus because Flavius Josephus cuts their doctrines. So there's the link. You can click on that right there. All right. If the baby boy come back up here, then that'd be a blessing. Now watch what he says. He says, Moses himself or the multitude that was with him had been liable to such misfortune in the color of his skin. He might have made laws about them for their credit and advantage, and had laid no manner of difficulty upon them. Now here's the point. Accordingly, what does it mean when you say accordingly in the beginning of a sentence? Say we just talking and I smell your breath all of a sudden, and I'll be like, accordingly, your mouth smells like 7 packs of hot salmon in the summertime sitting on some old mustard under a frog's butt. If I told you that accordingly, thus, hence, consequently, right, in accordance, right? So accordingly, thus, hence, consequently, thus, hence, consequently, in accordance, accordingly. It's pretty simple, right? Not too hard to understand, all right? So in consequence, thus, it is a plain case that it is out of violent prejudice, only that they report these things about us. But Moses was pure of any such distemper. Watch this. and lived with countrymen who were pure of it also. And thence made the laws which concerned others that had the distemper. I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but Flavius Josephus was a black man. Flavius Josephus was a black man, just like Ray Charles was a black man, just like Moses was a black man. We have the genealogy of the tribes. And with that being said, what we see is that this black man is going hard on, he's going hard on saying it is violent, plain case prejudiceness that they have against us. Now, if that sounds like a common phrase, this isn't a common phrase. If this sounds like a modern term, like people just go, well, you know what? It's just a plain case common thing that they just act. Let me show y'all something real quick. What year did Flavius Josephus finish his Antiquities autobiography? The Antiquities of the Jews audiobook, Flavius Josephus, 37. 37. How old are you? How old are you? What you like? 24, 23, 22? You like 19? You like 36? You like what? You like in the year 37? Common era. See that? It's just so funny, man. It's just so this is old information. This is old information, and then this old information, you're told what? Here we go. Everybody want to see it? There you go. Look, Flavius Josephus. This is old information, y'all. This ain't new. The point of saying that is to say this old author of the Hebrews, who was an eyewitness, Flavius Josephus, he's seen the destruction of the temple. He's seen the destruction of Masada. Flavius Josephus, he's seen the same places that we write about. He talked to us about Noah's Ark. If he tells us accordingly, it is a plain case that it is out of violent prejudice. Violent prejudice only that they report these things about us. Israel ain't did nothing. When I say we ain't did nothing, we've done plenty. We done did plenty. But when you leave us alone, we don't mess with nobody. Whenever you get to situations and locations to where you see it's out of their blind prejudice that they chase and hunt us down like the Bible says they do, you can't help but to say, oh, these are Edomites. Oh, we are the children of Israel. Look at their blind prejudice with their pride and their American flag and their granddaddies organizing. Well, my daddy did a lynching. All right, I seen the coins. Well, y'all crackers get on that side. Blind prejudice.
What's also blind prejudice is for them to assume or occupy the characters of the Bible. Knowingly, when we see these things, and TORAH for bringing out that Josephus, his account is evident that he is a so-called black man or of darker skin in the way he speaks about leprosy and the paleness of it and the uncleansingness of it. It's obvious that he was a so-called black man. But even they would paint the faces of, people like Josephus and any character in the Bible. The blind prejudiceness is that we have the Bible. We got Josephus. We got the Bible. It's clear and evident in the scripture that Moses made these or wrote these laws concerning leprosy. It's clear that he, as well as Paul, is mistaken for an Egyptian, a burnt face, a Hamite, right? The account concerning Miriam and leprosy, these are evident in the scripture. And for someone to then paint these characters as white is what you just call blind prejudice. You blind in the hey, Shalom, Mark. Blind in the sense of you either have not seen it or seen it and ignoring the pigmentation of these biblical characters or these scholars like Josephus. You have to be blind, either ignoring it or have not seen it. And prejudice in that these men of renown, these good men, these men of the Bible have to be white, because how can they be black? Right? It's prejudicism and blind prejudice. No, thank you. I don't know if Correct Isaiah left, and then I thought I saw Jedi pop back on, but
I'm still here, brother.
Yeah, I just wanted to chime in on that.
Oh yeah, I was listening the whole time.
When he said it's laughable, when Josephus said it's laughable to even think that Moses was leprous. I think they try to say he started the leprosy or represented the people he was with leprosy. It's laughable. It's all through the scripture. The miracle of the Most High is that he changed Moses' skin.
Right. I forgot about that. Right.
From leprosy. Oh, it's from his natural skin to leprosy, and they said back.
Right.
His original skin. How it's laughable. He said you can only smile at the assertion that Moses was stricken with leprosy. Maybe if you was referring to that, did it say? It says and he became the conductor of those who on that account left the country as ignorance. Again, blind prejudice. You cannot read this from Josephus. You cannot read the account in Exodus chapter 4, Exodus chapter 5, Numbers. What's that? Miriam account, I think in 13, and say that these people were stricken with leprosy. When Miriam was stricken with leprosy, so the Most High got upset with her and then struck her with leprosy. It's ignorance.
Good, brother. That's good, brother. That's good, brother. So yeah, as we see, as they see, color does matter. It's right here. It's everywhere in the Bible. Let me read this part. It says, looking at the top part, it says, and temples. It says, so that nothing hindered, but if either Moses himself or the multitude that was with him had been liable in such a misfortune in the color of their skin. That's so very important. You Negroes and you so-called Latinos and so-called Indians, you better love the beautiful brown melanin that the Most High put inside of you. You better love and appreciate it. It's a part of your blessing. It's not a part of your curse. All right.
Blind prejudice. They said they said the curse of Canaan is dark skin. But make that make sense. That's blind prejudice.
The curse of Canaan.
Or at least that's what they said. You just went out. Canaan was albino. Not my words. The Hebrew Jedi said Canaan was albino. If you can, until Akaratazaya come back, the Hebrew Jedi, bring that out. I'm back. Canaan is a son of Ham, a grandson of Ham. His relative is Cush. That was Noah's maid. He said that was Noah at Ham. Yeah, there's a lot of I'm not sure if I can put you in. Let me check, but those are amazing claims concerning Noah, Ham, and the Nephilim. Ham smashed Nephilim. Yeah, I'm not denying it. It's possible, maybe. But yeah, we definitely want to see the scripts on the extracurricular activities between Ham and the Nephilim. I don't know if I can put you in, Og. Let me see. Our brother Karatazaya is the one who is StreamYard savvy, and we are awaiting his return. Hebrew Jedi. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I don't know. Hebrew Jedi says that Noah was mad at Ham. Noah was albino Negro. Okay, Noah was albino Negro. I heard that before, actually. And Ham smashed Nephilim. Noah was white. Thus saith Enoch. I think that's where we got that from. And the book of Enoch said Noah who had white skin. I'm backstage. So one of the things I always echo from our Karatazaya is when we say things, or if such records such as Enoch and I like the book of Enoch, say things. If such books such as Matthew or John say things, we must test those things to the law and the prophets. Look, I said, yeah, I don't know how to get you out of backstage, King. Some Canaanites were Caucasian. Not all of them were black. What's your Gmail number? Again, so let me just go to we know these things. Genesis chapter 10. I'm gonna wait till Karatazaya get back so that I can understand clearly the point and him bringing out that Josephus, and as we connected to the video we was watching. But we have here Genesis chapter 10, and now the sons of Ham, Cush, Mizraim, Put, Canaan, and the sons of Cush, right? Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Ramah, Nimrod. Not all Canaanites were black. Some were Caucasian. Maybe because you was on before Hebrew Jedi. Maybe if you get out and then come back, because I can't help you, King. It says most were Negro though. All right, so look, Ham in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary is the youngest son of Noah, born probably 96 years before the flood. It says he became the progenitor of the dark races. Shalom, Mark. I see you. No, I can't hear you though. Push
Yeah,
on.
I'm on. So basically, what I wanted to say is that can I share my screen real quick? Like, show you what I mean.
I'm not sure if this is Corrupt Zaya's program. I'm not sure how to operate it.
I mean, I can just ask.
If you so talk to us about, you put in the chat. It says,
y'all can see.
I can still see your face. I can't see whatever you're sharing. If you share, it says not all Canaanites were black. Some Caucasian. You see the genealogy. You went out again, Hebrew Jedi. We see the genealogy of the sons of Noah, and it says in verse 6 that Ham, the sons of Ham, is Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. And in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, Ham is the progenitor of the dark races. Right? Not the Negroes, though, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans. One of the dark races is Ham. Right? And we read here in Genesis 10 that one of the sons, the grandsons of Noah, by way of Ham, is Canaan. Caucasians, we believe, or is commonly understood, is over here in verse 2. It says the Japhites. All right, unto them were the sons born after the flood. The sons of Japhet was Gomer, Magog. Salaklia, our characters are moving real fast, right? But yeah, Ham is the progenitor of the Negroes. Not of the dark races, but not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, and the Canaanites. The Caucasus is way north of the sons that we see from Yafet, Gomer, Magog, verse 2, 10 and verse 2, Medai, Yavan, Tubal, Mishleh, Tigris, right? These are, if I'm not mistaken, I could be mistaken, but Kittim, do that, right? These are the northern Caucasus areas, I believe. Maybe a little lower than the Caucasus, but definitely not Canaan. Forgive me, you've been writing, Jedi. it says tech difficulties. Okay, so I'll bust it off. Akaratazai, you got the floor, man. Some things was said here while you was gone, but if you can reel in what was
Yeah, so basically what I try to say is that Ham was the father of Canaan. So Ham was black. So Canaan was the son of Ham. And so there is a possibility that Ham had relations with a Nephilim, which thus caused Canaan's albinoism. And so we know from the book of Enoch that Noah was an albino. So I'm thinking that the recessive gene carried on to his grandson. That's my theory. Because I'm not saying that all Canaanites were white or nothing like that. I'm just saying that some were. Because you see from ancient depictions of the Canaanites, they came mostly in black. Some came in yellow. Some came in what you would call white skin. And so basically what I wanted to share was, hold on, my entire screen. I just want to share. I'm sharing, right? Can y'all see my screen? So yeah, like I try to find the source for this image, but hold on, give me 1 second. So hold up. Trying to find the source for my image. Like, yeah. Give me a second. Yeah. Hold on, give me a sec. I'm just trying to find like an idea of what Canaan looked like real quick. So apologize. Hold up. Yeah, but by the way, while I do that, this is my channel right here. As you can see, right here, real quick. Just give me a second. Right here. These are Canaan's sons, basically. Like right here. If I pause it. Can y'all hear me?
Can't we see and hear you, Hebrew?
Yeah. Hold up. Like something like this. Hold up. This was Canaan. His seed was cursed, basically, with albinoism. So he had like a woolly afro, but he had white skin, but he had Negro features. So this was Sidon, his son. And then this was Jebus. This was Heth. So this would explain why the Song of Solomon, why Solomon's lover said that he had ruddy skin. So because Heth was Canaan's son, and so David, when he married Bathsheba, she was a Hittite, a Canaanite. And so thus, if David was dark-skinned man and Bathsheba was more lighter, more Mongol or more whiter looking skin, thus that would create a lighter looking Solomon. I'm not saying that he was white or nothing. I'm just saying that he had more of a yellow bone, more of a, not a little darker than me, but like woolly hair. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
I think you're saying that David and Solomon is called ready, and so why you're saying that Solomon, I guess, especially got his readiness from Bathsheba?
Not necessarily. He was a little lighter than David, probably because his mother was a Hittite. You know how genetics work. So it's like saying, because like modern comparison, Kanye West and like Kim Kardashian had a child, right? So they would look something like that, because the mother is kind of related from the Hittites because they're from that area of the world. So if you know what I mean.
No, so it's hard to compare compare the skin complexion to modern. Where's that place Kardashians is from? These people today, being that they are those places have been occupied and gentrified. You understand? I like the image that's a famous image that was just being shared.
Yeah.
Those
were the albino, the recessive gene Canaanites I'm talking about. The Israelites fought the black Canaanites. The albino Canaanites lived in the Caucasus region, and then they mixed with the Edomites and the Horites, which were Neanderthals, thus creating a different species that we call the white T-man. So that's my hypothesis there.
Oh, praises, man. Those hypotheses, those theories and opinions lead to undiscovered truths. So, I mean, those things are good. It's just that we fortify those theories and those understandings by way of the law and the prophets, or we make those understandings stronger by finding biblical precedents for. You understand?
Yeah, but like back to what I was saying earlier, I don't want to get too off topic, but I wanted to get the point. So to talk about a different subject, do you, like, for everybody here, do you believe that the land of Palestine today is the biblical Holy Land?
Really quick, if Karataziah is done with that, let's see.
Shalom. Shalom, brethren.
Hey, Shalom. It sounded like the topic may be about to switch. I wanted to if we about to close on that, I wanted to make sure I understood your connection between the video we was watching and the leprosy that we got into.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. Like Canaan was cursed with leprosy, I think. Like, you know how Gehazi, Elisha's servant, got cursed with leprosy? You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to convey.
Yeah, I mean, we'll wait for like I said, we want to make sure that our hypothesis and opinions is founded in the scripture. So when we see Canaan as a whole, or even individually, being cursed with leprosy, then we got something to build on. But what was the connection between the video and Josephus' account concerning leprosy?
Water. I really enjoyed hearing you two brothers build, man. It's truly edifying. I want to say, Thawada, thank you, Prince, man. The Hebrew Jedi. All right, double honors to your father and double honors to your mother. May the Most High bless you as you have blessed others. It's very much an honor hearing y'all build, and your diplomacy is very much appreciated. Right?
Yeah, because I wanted to appreciate that this platform we're very respectful of people's opinions and thoughts, because I've actually talked to other Hebrew YouTubers like Will, Son of Yah, and other YouTubers like Ayob Nazir. So I've been on Saw Netter Studios, and especially Will, Son of Yah. He was very disrespectful when I was talking to him. He's a Hebrew Israelite, talks about like the genetics in ancient Israel, lights and stuff like that in Africa, but he was very disrespectful. So I just want to appreciate this. Hello, y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, my apologies. So are we done talking about this topic? Because I just wanted to discuss another topic, something that will really interest y'all guys.
Well, all of it's interesting.
I know something that like will really
Okay.
like.
Well, all of it's interesting. Now, Katharia, you was asking a question about the brother's question on the location of Palestine. All right. So I like to hear where the Brits is coming from first, and then let's see what he has to show. All right. What do you want to bring out, brother? Go ahead.
This map I created.
All right, bring it out, brother. When you yield the floor, go ahead and share your screen. You have your
So
audience.
basically, this map is a map of ancient America. And so, has anyone here just asking heard about the Holy Land being in Western North America? That theory,
I have.
and that we're actually indigenous to America, not from Western Africa. And there's actually a lot of good evidence for it. I mean, I made a few pretty good videos of talking about the subject. I'm working on a couple more projects, but I'm not the originator of the theory. I'm just showing all this, as y'all can see.
Okay.
So,
and do you want us to? Okay, go ahead. The floor is yours, brother. I yield the floor. All right, go ahead.
So basically, what I'm conveying here is that the land of Palestine is very small and compared to the biblical narrative. We cannot find the Exodus. We can't find evidence for the Exodus in Egypt. We can't find evidence of King David or Jerusalem in these locations in the Levant area. And so it gives Bible scholars scared, because secular scholars say this is proof that none of the stuff in the Bible happened and it's just a myth created by Hebrew authors. And so scholars even suggest nowadays, if Israel was in the Levant, that they were two different peoples. Israel and Judah were two different ethnic groups. And so my theory is that it didn't happen over here. It didn't happen over there. It happened over here. And so basically, this would make more sense, because if the Most High would gather the people of Israel, like he said, and he gave us a land, our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, land, it would be a big land, a fruitful land. And by the way, palm trees are not a native tree in the Levant. They were brought into there. And the Dead Sea in Israel is modern construction work. And I could prove that. Just like the Suez Canal. Hold on. I would like to show y'all guys this.
All right. So now I will tell you, I've heard this theory, and I'm interested in investigating it, because we should.
I would recommend this channel right here.
Everything. And the reason why I say we should study everything is because the Bible says, "Study to show yourselves approved." So I'm glad you bringing this information out, Prince.
Yeah, because as you can see on this map right here, it would make more sense.
We can't see your screen share. You gotta start your screen share.
Oh, my fault. Could you see anything before?
No, we couldn't see anything before.
I am so sorry, guys.
I know. I hate it when that happens too, man. But go ahead, bring up your screen share, brother.
So can you see this?
Yep, there you go. Now we got it.
So, like I was saying before, has everybody read Isaiah chapter 11? That Most High will scatter us, bring us back from Assyria, Pathros, Cush, Canaan. I mean, not Canaan, Hamath, the Isles of the Sea. So, in Mesopotamia. So, a lot of GMS people believe that Egypt is in America, spiritual Egypt, but we find more pyramids in America, North and South America, than Egypt in all Africa. By the way, that's a fact. And so, in this area right here, where I put Babylon, which it pretty much fits it today, New York City, all the debauchery going on, they found ancient Babylonian and Persian artifacts and Sumerian artifacts, specifically in this area. They found giant cities, megalithic cities in this area, and they found Hebrew artifacts, mounds, giant pyramids, which I have visited in Crystal River Archaeological State Park in northwestern Florida, and they found Hebrew artifacts all over here where I'm putting my arrow in Assyria. The Assyrians were the ancient mound builders of this area. And so, how many of y'all have Indian grandmothers, people who have Native American? I'm not talking about the Mongoloid Native Americans. I'm talking about
yeah, I
American
definitely do.
And so, people like Dane Calloway, Karimio, they are speaking the truth because a lot of us, our phenotypes don't go to Africa. Like, we do not look anything really like the West Africans. And some will say, what about the Bantu? What about the Igbo and Yoruba? Yes, but that was a place that we were scattered to. And then for those people that believe that Israel is in Africa, like South Africa, Ethiopia, why are so many people, Israelites, scattered in that land? Why we would be scattered from our land? And so if we
Wait,
were...
I'm sorry. Ask that question again.
What question?
You said if so. Was it? It must have been a rhetorical question. Excuse me. Go ahead, brother.
Why? What about the Bantu? What about the Yoruba? They kind of look.
Oh,
like
you said why were they scattered? Yeah, you said why were they scattered? I believe.
No. Yeah, no, because I was talking about how there are Israelites, millions of Israelites in Africa called the Bantu, the Igbo, the Yoruba, and they look like us. They don't look like the Nilotics. They don't look like they don't have their phenotype. They don't have the large eyebrows. I've actually met a guy from Senegal. He was a Muslim. He's a nice guy. He does not look like an African American. He does not look like an Afro-Caribbean. Nothing like them. He has a big forehead and everything like that. So he does not share our phenotypes.
Okay.
So if Syria was in America right here, that would make sense. Where are most people? Where did the Northern Kingdom go? Assyria. They were scattered to the Gazan, Medes. Right here, most black people inhabit Assyria, Shinar, right here. Black people.
Hey, check this out. What I'm gonna do, Prince, is I'm gonna end this video and I'm gonna start a new stream just for you. All right.
Can I stay on?
Yeah. No. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna end this stream out, everybody.
All right.
So hold on.
I'm excited.
Hold on. What we're gonna do is we're gonna end this stream out and we're gonna bring the Prince Hebrew Jedi back on because I've always been interested in if the earth is round. I've always been interested if the earth is flat. I've always been interested in is Jerusalem in the land that we've been told, or is it, in another location? I've always been interested in, dear God, am I an Edomite? I thought I was saved because, see, I've always been interested in the difference in doctrines, and to have the Prince be able to articulate what he says. Now, I have my personal stance. I am not a member of any debate league, but I do believe in speaking for our causes. I've always been interested if people believe if there was a Hamashiach, a Messiah, or if there was not a Messiah, were the Israelites black or white. So with that being said, this is interesting. Now, I don't want to say what my stance and my point is. We're going to end this video out. If Cathartia, if you have anything that you want to bring out, brother, would you be opposed to starting a separate video with the brothers, have it properly titled so that people can know what they're getting into?
I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to it. I'm with it.
All right. Well, we're going to close this out. I'm going to say, may the Most High name of the Messiah bless you all. Keep you all, make his face to shine upon you all. Thank you for the Prince, the Hebrew Jedi.
So we're going to start a new stream.
Yeah. Thank you for the Prince, Hebrew Jedi, for coming on. We're going to start a new stream, everybody. And when we come back on, we're going to have the brother's title on here, and then I guess, a Q&A. All right. Yeah, but I can't watch on Shabbat Shalom. Study the Torah. I encourage everybody to, before you finish anything, go over Hamashiach's Torah portion part. All right. Go over Hamashiach's Torah portion part. Matthew chapter 23, KJV, Blue Letter Bible. I know I said Matthew chapter 23, and the reason I said Matthew chapter 23 is because our brother Oso wanted to talk about Pharisees. All right, Pharisees, extra dummy, super hardcore. All right, one of my brothers on Facebook, he wanted to go in on the Pharisees. So that's something that we was looking at. So the Torah portion with the Messiah starts at Matthew chapter 24. And it's terrifying. It's terrifying. It's all the things that we can see around us happening right now in the last days. All right. It's terrifying. All right. Everything from the love of many waxing cold to wars and rumors of wars, you know, to personal characteristic checks that I seen within myself. This week's Torah portion was tough. I said, I got my head whooped all day in the word. This word is sharp and cuts like a two-edged sword. This is Matthew chapter 23. When we come back, we're going to do, then Yahushai, Jesus, spoken to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes, the Pharisees sit in Moses' seats. The scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this word Pharisees. We're going to look at this word scribe. I'm going to see if I can get our brother Oso, all right, from the Northern Kingdom Israelites, to get involved in this. And the reason being is because he likes to call people scribes. You a Pharisee, you a Pharisee, you a Pharisee. And after a minute, when you continually call somebody a Pharisee or a Canaanite or, you know, just a derogatory, if the word Pharisee wasn't at first used as a derogatory phrase, which shows you how ignorant a lot of our people are and how dark their hearts are to even try to use the word of the Most High to strike, cut, you know, which I've done it before, man. You know, sometimes you got to cut somebody. I'm going to get cut back for that. The point of saying that is to say the original terminology for Pharisee wasn't a negative connotation at all. It meant one that was just set apart or one that was separate. All right. So, Parash. The set apart ones, they purposely made an intensive study and lifestyle. See? And everybody be like, the Pharisees, oi, the Pharisees is so bad. Oi, the Pharisees. But the reality of it is the Pharisees didn't start off bad. All right. They just wanted to be the Parash. They just wanted to be the set apart ones. All right, Parash. So we're going to look more into that. And the reason being is because just like when people use other biblical words for epithets, what is the epithet? Beaner, wetback, nigger, coon, porch monkey, cracker. These are all epithets. Hebrew, Israelite, that's an epithet. All right. It's a word calling something that is not necessarily and it's used in a derogatory way. All right. So we're going to look at other words pertaining to Parash because that actually leads us into this week's Torah portion. All right. That was a whole bunch of little information all in once. I'm going to scroll down. All right. I pray everybody can still see the screen share. Hey, Shalom, I see Hebrew Jedi. I'll bring you back in. So right here. So this is where this week's Torah portion starts at. Signs of Christ's return. We see these signs happening all around us. All around us. And these were the words, the Devarim. These were the words that the Word spoke. All right. Yahushua HaMashiach, he is the Word. All right. He is the Word, the living Word of his Father, Yahweh. And he spoke to us prophesying what would happen before he returned. That's very scary because everything that Kethartia, let me show you all Kethartia, everything that Kethartia read today are all signs that's in front of us today. And if you was really listening to the Torah, whether you was talking to yourself or whether you was talking to the world or whether you was talking to somebody in your own household, I'm pretty sure all of us seeing ourselves in it. What I like to focus on this week's Torah portion is Christ coming, his signs, us making sure that we are on point. All right. His breakdown of abomination of desolation was excellent. And his reminding us that there's going to be another abomination of desolation. That was excellent too. Everybody should study this book. Let's get this real quick. All right. I pray everybody can see this. Bede's Book of Martyrs. All right. So All right, can everybody see this? I like sharing information. Okay. Oh, all right. This book should help and break your heart, and also it should prepare. It should prepare you for what's coming up soon. Okay. Bear with me. I'm gonna wait for this to load. And if you don't know, the majority of information that you can find book-wise, you should be able to find audio-wise. And a lot of times the homework has been done, so we will find it for you. It's called Fox's Book of Martyrs. Fox's Book of Martyrs, John Fox. All right. Book of Martyrs, Book of Martyrs. What do you think the Book of Martyrs is about? What do you think the Book of Martyrs is about? Here. John Fox is known as the 16th century for his work published in 1563 under the title Acts and Moments of the Latter and the Perilous Days, more popularly known as Fox's Books of Martyrs. All right. This is a very, very wonderful and terrible book about the history of the persecution of the early church and beyond. This is when you Negroes was getting lynched just for saying that you was a Hebrew. This book is a reminder of how bad we are and will be murdered. This book is to help prepare you for your walk in faith in Hamashiach Yahushua, to be not just shot in the head, but to be raped, to have your families taken away, to have the skin pulled off your body, to be held hostage, to be beaten, to be starved, to be detained. These times are coming up. They're right here in front of us. Negroes and Mexicans and Cubans and Puerto Ricans and everybody, wives, husbands. It's so stupid. Everybody's arguing because iniquity shall abound. The love of many shall wax cold. Cold game. So check out this Sapar. Check out this book, everybody. All right. Here's the audio for it. All right. We have a WhatsApp group called Our Library. We have a WhatsApp group called Our Library. And in Our Library group, what we do is we share information. All right. So I think everybody should have YouTube Premium. YouTube Premium is a tool. If you are using YouTube and you ain't using it as YouTube Premium, I would rather have YouTube Premium than Netflix any day. Don't get Xbox account. Hold on, let me do this. Look. My PlayStation account, YouTube Premium. I'm gonna tell you why. Because this thing is a tool for ministry. All right. So there's the information right there, everybody. All right. Please go to it. Learn about the martyrdom and the time frame that's coming up. If you don't want to go too far in studies, I would encourage you to stay right here. All right. The glorious return. Hold on. This week's Torah portion. Matthew 24, perilous times is coming. Okay. All the way down. Verse 23, verse 37. But as in the days of Noah. Now, that young man, he spoke about America. I really want to hear what he's got to say about America being the land of Jerusalem and all that stuff. But Christ said this. But as in the days of Noah wasn't nobody caring, wasn't nobody paying attention. Everybody was kicking it. So also the coming of the Son of Man be. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So shall also the coming of this is a scary phrase. Coming of the Son of Man. When that sky crack open, you mean to tell me everybody's still going to be gangster? Everybody's still going to be debating? It's not going to be like that, Jack. You're going to hear sounds and feel things you ain't never felt before, and one of them probably going to be a bowel movement. But this is going to be the scariest day on planet Earth history. And this week's Torah portion was for him to remind us that he's coming. And we're going to hear about wars, rumors of wars. As for as in that day before the flood, here we go. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were what? They were eating and drinking. Now, look, this is before the flood. So this is old world. All right. I'm sorry, Katharia. I can't do it, man. Look, everybody. The baby boy wanted to show us some information and talk about how America is in Jerusalem. America's not Jerusalem. Let me help him and everybody else out right now. All right. This is a CIA document. This is not a fake. Let me go down to the very bottom. All right. Approved for release date February 2020. All right. Under the Freedom of Information Act. All right. Look at this. Can everybody see this? Can everybody see this? This is public info. Noah's Ark, 1974 through 1982 research. On 13th May 1974, DCI Colby sent a letter to the DS&T Sire Stevens asking if the agency had any evidence of Noah's Ark. Look at this. On Mount Ararat. Stop right there, everybody. I hope that y'all can see this. Y'all can see this? Okay, this is easy. Watch. Mount Ararat, Turkey. Okay, here's Mount Ararat, everybody. Woohoo, nice pictures. Mountain, ice. Oh, we got the Turkish flag. 2 colonizers with leprosy in the cold, high regions with the fist up. We made it home. All right, Mount Ararat. That's what you come up with, right? Now watch this. What if you put Mount Ararat, Turkey, and then what if you just put the letter N-O-A-H-S-A-R-K? Does anything different come up? Whole different picture come up. Well, we put a little bit more information. We put in Noah's Ark. The first one, we just put Mount Ararat, Turkey, right? Oh, that's so pretty. Mount Ararat, Turkey, Noah's Ark. It's a humongous structure of a boat inside of a mountain. This is the boat. This is actually Noah's Ark. This is not a mountain structure. This is a make sure y'all can see that. This is a 3-story structure. There's the dimensions. It's exactly like in the Bible. All right. That's art. This is art right here. This is satellite imagery. Yeah, this is people that are actually inside of Noah's Ark. It's not new. This place has been found and located way back in the day. Flavius Josephus, Mount Ararat, Armenia, Noah's Ark. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's look at this part. Book. All right, here we go. TORAH. So we're going to go down to section, what's that, 80? Okay. All right, I hope everybody can see this. So I'm going to copy that. Hold on, wait a minute. My bad. I'm going to copy this, cut, and go back here. I'm going to paste it so we can see where we get our information. So here's where we get our information, all right? I didn't make this up. This is thousands of years old. That we didn't make this up. Okay? All right. Let's get back to it. When God gave the signal, it had begun to rain. The waters poured down 40 entire days until it became 15 cubits higher than the earth, which was the reason why there was no greater number preserved, since they had no place to fly. When the rain ceased, the water did but just began to abate after 150 days. That is on the 17th day of the 7th month. It then ceasing to subside for a little while. After this, the ark rested on the top of a certain mountain Look at this. After this, the ark rested on top of a certain mountain in Armenia. Hold that thought, everybody. What year was Flavius Josephus' Antiquities of the Jews completed? Okay. In 93 AD. Hold that thought. Everybody see this? His greatest work, Antiquities, Judaica, the Antiquities of the Jews, completed in 20 books. This man wrote 20 books. All right, in 93 AD, traces the history of the Israelites, Jews, from creation to the just before the outbreak of the revolt in 66 AD. So this is a very old book. Let's see what this very old book by this very creditable man says. After this, the ark rested on the top of a certain mountain in Armenia. Okay, 1 second. Let's do this real quick. Where's Armenia? Okay, let's see. No, not Bond Hill, Ohio. Thank you very much. Armenia, cars. Let's go to this map. Let's do maps. All right. Oh, help me out. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. It just. Okay, here we go. We are in Armenia. Okay, so here's Armenia, everybody. Now we're going to zoom out. Now, when we zoom out, what country do y'all think we're going to be in? Everybody put your guess in the room. What country? We're going to zoom out. What country? Guess what? We're not in America. We're not in Africa. We're not in Europe. We're in Turkey, everybody. Turkey. You see that? Turkey. This is the further region of Eastern Turkey, which is called Armenia. All right. I hope everybody can see that real quick. Let's just finish this up. All right, so a long time ago, a man said a boat was found in this region. The book that he said it was very old. And this is what he said. After this, the ark rested on top of a certain mountain in Armenia, which when Noah understood, he opened it and seeing a small piece of land about it, he continued seeing a small piece of land about it, he continued quiet and conceived some cheerful hopes of deliverance. But a few days afterwards, when the water was decreased and to a greater degree, when the water was decreased to a greater degree, there we go, he sent out a raven as desirous to learn whether any other part of the earth were left dry by the water, and whether he might go out of the ark with safety. But the raven, finding all the land still overflowed, returned to Noah again. And after 7 days, he sent out a dove to know the state of the ground, which came back to him covered with mud and bringing an olive branch. Thereby, Noah learned that the earth was become clear of the flood. So after this, he had stayed 7 more days and sent the living creatures out of the ark. And both he and his family went out. When he also sacrificed to Yahweh, Allahia, God, he feasted with his companions. However, the Armenians, hold on, we're almost done. However, the Armenians call this place the place of descent. Hold on just 1 second. We're just going to take that phrase, the place of descent. We're going to put it up in Google search. All right. Wait a minute. First century Josephus in Armenia mountain, the Quarterdanes. This is a mountain location. Let's look up this place. This is here. Let's see. Let's look at images. Oh, wait. This keeps taking us back to Turkey. You see where we're going with this? So America's not Jerusalem. Noah's Ark is a big old indicator that the Most High not only flooded the earth, that the historians of the world wrote about it. The further you go back, the further old information you find out, the further you're just going to find the truth. All right. All right. The further you go back, the further you're just going to find the truth. The truth of the matter is this is where the Quarterdain Mountains are. It's in Armenia. All right, it's in Turkey. Okay, There's no getting away from the Bible. The Bible proves itself. So anybody that has a problem with the Bible is just that we're either still learning or we don't believe it. There's nothing wrong with learning and learning all over. There's nothing wrong with that. One day I might not be using electricity on the Sabbath. There's nothing wrong with learning all over. So right now, for all of the world history, we see that Armenia is in Turkey. Okay? In the far corner region. Let's come over here. All right. This work was done in 93 AD by a very old man, Antiquitas Judaica. All right. Antiquities of the Jews. All right. Let's go back to what he said. However, the Armenians call this place in Greek the place of the descent. For the ark being saved in that place, its remains are shown there by the inhabitants to this day. Have you ever thought about that? That if the Most High flooded the earth, he's so smart beyond us smart that he left proof in the phrase of a humongous vessel on top of a mountain encapsulated in ice. That's not normal. How did my rubber ducky get up here? How did my boat get all the way up on this mountain? It's not normal for a boat, three-story boat, to be on top. See, boats are usually at the bottom of oceans. Think about it, son. Boats are usually at the bottom of oceans. The Most High put one on top of a mountain. But don't believe me. Don't take my word for it. I'm just a Canaanite trying to find my way home. Let's listen to everybody's favorite Gentile, the white man. Here's the white man. Here's the CIA document. All right. This is done under the Freedom Information Act. Okay. Under the Freedom Information Act, you can look up everything that the government says that they think that they know. We're at the end of the world. You can ask questions. They have to print up documents. That's what all the stuff is about. All right. There it goes. Let's read down. All right. On the 6th August 1974, y'all see how we're moving through time here? 1974, Congressman Bob Wilson asked the agency whether any aerial photos of Ararat could be released to a friend of his, Dr. John Morris' son, of Dr. Henry M. Morris, let's scoot this over, the head of the Institution of Creation Research of San Diego. Hold that thought. Let me show y'all something. Ararat anomaly. Okay. So all we did was say two words. Ararat anomaly. Ararat anomaly. Ararat is a mountain, but do you know what the word anomaly means? What's the word anomaly mean? Let's look it up real quick. Hope I'm not getting on your nerves. I don't want to bore you. But what does the word anomaly mean? Something different, abnormal, or peculiar. So there's something different, abnormal, or peculiar on top of a mountain in Turkey that the CIA said, I think we should take a look at this. See, if the government proves, the CIA proves the location of Noah's Ark and the, these biblical events that really happened, then what that means is that the government knows that the ending is near. They know the Messiah's time frame. They know that the Bible is true. So you don't want to listen to me, maybe you listen to the white man. I'm just a Canaanite trying to find my way home. I'm just a crumb worm. All right. Y'all bro, come here, Bashim y'all shy. Y'all had a great time. Kathari, man, you got anything you want to bring out, man? We're going to try to bring the Prince back on, let him prove his points.
Collar do it.
All right. Anything, King?
No, I'm good. But I was looking at a few things, but yeah, let's bring the ark on another page.
All right. Shabbat shalom, everybody. I had a Baruch Yom. I had a blessed day. I pray that you all had a Baruch Yom, a blessed day. It's almost sundown. I've been in here eating peanut butter, cheese, tortilla shells, just being grateful on my Sabbath day, just snacking. So in 2 weeks, I'm going to be 800 pounds. All right. Shalom, Akim. Y'all don't care about your show. Shalom, man. We see y'all soon.
All right.